Round number 2, who's going to get first? A Guardian Celta has selected to go second. Is this really going to be the trend of the weekend? Because, honestly, I don't really see a go second Orcus strategy, but on the other hand, Yugioh Bayonetta showing off her love of the Orcus cards here.
So Orcus Harp Horror is interesting to me because that was a card that was oftentimes kind of the go-to Forbidden Limited list hit for the deck because it's such an integral part of the strategy. But seeing that now able to just be utilized to open the game for Bayonetta here does suggest that we could very well see this Orcus deck off to as good a start as it possibly could get.
For sure, Scrap Recycler is one of the most powerful starts you can have for the deck because you can just send one machine monster from the deck to the graveyard. And now, of course, the link to summon of Galatea, the Orcus Automatron, and that is going to immediately set us another card. And now the choice always is between the powerful trap card of Orcus Crescendo or the powerful field spell Orchestrated Babel. And I mean, that card hasn't been seen too much lately, therefore I'm going to break it down really quickly again. You, with this card on the field, make all of your Orcus effects become quick effects.
Nice.
Therefore, you can activate Nightmare, you can activate Harpor, you can activate Skeleton on your opponent's turn in the graveyard. And we're following it up with the summon of Dingirsu here as well on Bayonetta's side.
Yeah, Dingirsu, the Orcus of the Evening Star, pretty much the go-to boss of this monster, but can El Guardian do something about it? We said he loves Umi control. It's so good at disrupting your opponent once you've been able to establish something. But is he indeed using that this time? I guess we'll see. Here's the underwater field to match it.
He does, but I mean, he decided to go second. Oh, that Maxi, I'm sure we just drew there as our 6th card. Otherwise, it would have been activated on the opening turn. Now still able, of course, to get us at least that one draw out of it here. There it is. Summons out Skeleton there, Bayonetta. And El Guardian provided with still 6 cards in hand. Heading into the main phase. And as he chose second here, I would expect him to also be a Tenpai Dragon gamer for this.
Yeah, we did mention that that is not the last that we'd expect to see from that strategy. Yes, it did not find a victory in the Colossa versus Josh match. Sorry, Colossa, for bringing that up immediately. But perhaps we see it now come out for El Guardian. The Infinite Impermanence immediately onto Dingirsu, the Orcus of the Evening Star. Harpy's Feather Duster, again, we're just seeing Tenpai card after Tenpai card. Granted, they don't say Tenpai Dragon in the name, but you'd expect it to be. And that one does say Tenpai Dragon in the name.
It is the Pydra, able to fetch out one of those powerful spell cards, but no, Crescendo is being chained in the graveyard. Is there something valuable that we can search from our deck here is the question, though. It is an effect that we can also use on our opponent's turn, but it's only going to search a card here, and therefore it might just be follow-up for the next turn. And dealing with follow-up, usually the Tenpai Dragons don't have to worry about that, as you just take the turn you have here, and you may as well make it the last turn of the duel.
Exactly that. Tenpai Dragon, they try to finish everything on that turn 2, their very first turn in this game. And Sangen Summoning is often an important component towards that. Now, it's going to activate, it's going to presumably resolve as well, but is there disruption from Yugioh Bayonetta? We do have a couple of unknown cards in the hand still.
Tenpai Dragon Genroku was searched, and immediately when it is searched or added to the hand, it also activates its effect, and it is on the field, changing his level to level 4, and there was already the Tenpai Dragon Chandra waiting. All the fire dragons you could wish for here for El Guardian Celta, and we are in the phase that is the determining phase for every duel, usually with the battle phase, but especially for the Tenpai Dragons.
You said it was determining in pretty much every duel, and that holds true especially for Tenpai Dragon. And speaking of them determining something, once they get to a point where they're comfortably synchro summoning, it is pretty much it. We have a full set of the main deck Tenpai Dragons that you'd expect to see in a standard list so far now on the field, and it doesn't look to stop there. Here is the Dora Dora honorary Tenpai Dragon in and of itself, just reinforcing El Guardian Celta here. Yugioh Bayonetta, is there anything you can do to stop this?
They're really, like, it's even tough to find cards that would be able to stop this here. I think possibly a well-timed DD Crow sometimes can at least hinder the Tenpai Dragon deck a little bit in the battle phase, but there's so many of them right now. Even if you get to take one out of them, it's tough to imagine for Bayonetta to withstand this this power that the Dragons here are going to enforce.
And we said, based on Game 1, that Tenpai Dragon not off to the greatest start for the tournament. This is definitely the redemption. This is the way to go for the deck. Sangenpai Biden Dragon going to start things off here. Well, not really start things off so much as just continue what you have to imagine will be a very convincing victory for Guardian Celta and the Tenpai Dragon deck.
But with all those monsters on the field, sometimes players fail to actually summon out the right monsters here because, yes, you do have powerful synchro monsters in your extra deck, but sometimes you just click on the wrong ones. It's never over until it's really over. Does he find the right one here? I'm guessing it would be the Sangenpai Transcendent Dragon, and exactly that one he summons here. Attacks.
And regardless of whether the Orcus effects are quick effects or not, they cannot be activated in the battle phase anymore with Sangenpai Transcendent Dragon now on the field. On the field and connecting directly with 3,000 attack points. Where do we go from here?
Yep, I think we're going to end it with the two Sangenpai Dragons here. Transcendent not active, not attacked yet, I feel like. The Biden Dragon coming back, attacking. Yeah, that's all we need, really. We have so many monsters still remaining. Fadra can Synchro Summon. Are we going to see the iconic Trident Dragon to end this year? That's a Synchro 10 at least.
Yep, should very well be the Trident Dragon, able to attack for 18,000 points of damage. Doesn't quite need it this time around, though. 2,700 sitting between Julia Bayonetta losing this duel to Guardian Celta. Tenpai Dragon claiming its first victory so far in this tournament. Guardian Celta looking to close this one out.
Indeed. 6,000 attack points, no response whatsoever. Couldn't even be activated due to the Transcendent on the field, and that is a swift, quick, and decisive